Now to the coronavirus pandemic. The highly contagious Delta variant is leading to a surge in COVID cases and hospitalizations across the country.
Elise Haas spoke with the Washington Department of Health to learn more about the variant. Elise, just how prevalent is this strain in the U.S. and what are we seeing here in the Pacific Northwest?
Emily, it is definitely becoming the dominant strain in the United States. And, people were really coming to me asking me about the Delta variant after the restrictions were lifted that last week. And they said they were concerned about it, considering the fact that other countries that have really low vaccination rates, like Australia, for instance, are extending their stay-at-home orders and their restrictions because of the Delta variant. And this is a global issue because it has been reported in at least 90 countries so far. And here are the top 5 right now where their evidence is showing that it is spreading and circulating the most. Topping the charts is the UK with more than 100,000 Delta variant reports, accounting for almost all of their cases in the last 4 weeks. In India, where it was first detected, is coming in at second, also accounting for more than 90% of their recent cases in the last month. And US is third with 6,700 reports of the Delta variant, 2,200 of those within the last month. But coming back home here to the Pacific Northwest regionally, as of last week, the Washington Department of Health was reporting that the Delta variant wasn't as prevalent in Washington as it is in other states. But I got a pretty concerned phone call last night after they had just gotten out of a meeting. And now the Department of Health in Washington is telling me that their new data that will be released later today is showing the Delta variant is now on the rise in Washington. I'm waiting on those new numbers. But as of the report from June 30th, just last week, Washington had evidence of 402 cases of the Delta variant, and they were comparing that to the Alpha variant, which has nearly 8,000 cases and has been dominant for quite some time. But again, I will keep you posted on those new numbers of the Delta variant coming out later today. But at that most recent press conference, the Washington State Health Officer did say that all of the vaccines are doing a good job of protecting people.
As we've said, the biggest problem is if you haven't been vaccinated, unfortunately, the strains that are in waiting in Washington state are all variants with increased morbidity and hospitalizations. So still continuing to wear masks is the most effective measure for someone that isn't vaccinated.
And the Washington Department of Health also said that even though they've reached the benchmark to vaccinate their adults, the reality is that half of the population in Washington still remains unvaccinated because a lot of them aren't eligible because they are kids. Emily and Ken.
Thank you very much, Elise. 107 people have now